everyone. In this chapter, chapter 4, we're going to focus on information that deals with checking accounts. And so in section 4.1, we're going to talk about when you open a checking account and understanding the different types of forms that are used with a checking account. Now, some of the important concepts from this section is that basically checks or drafts, the terms can be used interchangeably, are negotiable instruments ordering a bank to pay money from a checking account to the individual who is named on the check. And so there's some terms that are associated with a checking account. The person or business named on the check is the payee. So the person who's going to be receiving the money is the payee. The person or business who is issuing the check is known as the payer. They're the ones who are having funds that are going to be taken out of their account. So when we talk about a checking account, any money that's added to a checking account in order to make payments for anything are referred to as deposits. And we use deposit slips to deposit those funds. If you'd like to see an example of what a deposit slip looks like, you can take a look at Exhibit 4.3 in your textbook and you'll see a sample deposit ticket. Check stubs, which an example is found in Exhibit 4.4, or check registers, which are found in Exhibit 4.5, help you to track any checks that are written, any deposits that are made, and then of course what your account balances are. It's important to keep track of what money you have so that of course you don't overdraw and receive additional fees for overdrawing in an account. Now I wanted to highlight some important information from Exhibit 4.2, which is a check. Just some important things that I want you to keep in mind. On any check that's being written, there's a couple of things that you're going to see. First of all, you're going to have the name and address of the payer here. This is imprinted on the check. Usually takes just a couple days after you open a checking account to get checks that are printed with this information. Whenever you write a check, you always have to make sure that you're including the date, and of course you have the check number here. Those numbers do run chronologically. Here, paid to the order of, this is who is going to be receiving the funds. Who you're making out the check to, it is the payee. So their name is written here. Here is the dollar amount of the check that you're going to be writing. And then if you remember from chapter 1 where we reviewed how to write whole numbers, this is where you actually are writing whole numbers. And in a different video, I'll be talking about how you write whole dollar amounts along with cents amounts when you're writing a check. Finally, the bank name and address is always imprinted on the check. This for is just a small area on the check where you can write what this check is for. Sometimes it's very helpful for you to keep track of what it is that you're writing the check for, just so that you don't forget. Here is where the payer's signature goes. You have to sign this for the payee to be able to receive their money. Now, two other important things that are on a check that I wanted to point out is the number that is here, which is called your routing the number. That number is an exclusive number for the bank that you are using. It lets the, as they go through the system, this is where the check is coming back to, so it goes to the right bank. This number is the account number. This is your exclusive account number. So both of these pieces of information are very important and going to be found on any check that is being printed for you. So that highlights the important information from section 4.1, opening a checking account and understanding the form.